Hey there, cats and kitties. I'm the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this is going to be a brief little review for Red Knight issue number 4, coming to us straight from Primal Paper Comics, as well as YouTube's own TheRealManos, Justin Cristelli. Now, this issue is no exception when I say this series is just awesome, and I think there's been a steady progression going from issue to issue, that everything is getting streamlined, and all the best bits, and stylistically and also story-wise, are just carrying over, and all the, if there is any sort of excess fat, if you will, of unpleasantries, they're getting left behind in the dust. This is definitely mainstream quality at a indie price, I can put it that way. This issue features not only the main artist, J.C. Grande, as well as the characters and story by Justin Cristelli, but also features a guest artist in some supplemental material toward the back of the issue. There are two little short supplements talking about other characters within the Red Knight universe. One is Merrimack, a very cool looking alien robot, and then there's Half Moon, who's kind of like a starlet up-and-comer reality TV show kind of chick with superpowers and such, and that is actually drawn by Shiloh Penfield as a guest artist. And this is also the issue that features the guest artists who won the cover contest that Manos held, Justin held, of, basically people got to submit their art for the cover, and he chose two winners rather than the one he originally was going to choose because they were just that good. And I have to admit, the pieces by James Harmon and Carson Einson, I hope I'm saying those names correctly, are much more awesome looking now that they're tangibly in front of me than just the images I saw on the computer. I think they're very well placed, and they look dynamite. So this particular issue, though, sees Todd, aka Red Knight, basically having to confront the dilemma of should he face off against two fellow vigilantes. Now, this is a world where, you have to carry a sort of license to be a superhero and that kind of thing. Otherwise, you're prosecuted. And it's basically come in the last issue that local police character, Martha Brown, and Todd have come into a kind of impromptu team-up. And so basically they're kind of butting heads a little bit about what to do about these two new characters on the scene, Death Ray Dick and Handquake. And I have to say Death Ray Dick is definitely my favorite of the two. He's kind of like this issue's Overkill, which was a character from a previous couple of issues, and kind of looked like Lobo. And this character definitely stands out visually. And that's something I have to say about the art in the overall issue. This one definitely has an atmosphere, sort of noirish atmosphere from cover to cover that just really, it's deep and shady and dark, and it basically really gives me the sense of, a complimentary sense to the overall aesthetic of the story. And that definitely carries over into the supplemental materials as well, not just the main story, but I think they are very complementary, to use that term again, to the overall piece, and I think it's just very wrapped up all together very well. We also get a little bit of a hint of some of the other machinations in the Red Knight universe with the sort of local gangland thugs. One of their leaders was basically killed in the previous issue, Nolan Sinclair, and attending his funeral are some nefarious doers. And there's also a little bit to do with Todd's home life. I mean, he's running a bar essentially with his uncle, I believe it is, and he's got some things to worry about as far as one of the waitresses seems to be stealing from the others, and they're basically looking to him to, man up and be the boss they need. So it's not just all, he's got a clean-cut life and he's a superhero by night. He's essentially, kind of like a Spider-Man aesthetic where he's got really real life things to deal with, but he's also got powers and doing stuff as a superhero. So very relatable, very cool. And I have to point out that when it comes to the two vigilantes that Todd is basically going after, they have some interesting and cool powers. With Death Ray Dick, he has a sort of like energy beam that comes out of one of his eyes. He keeps an eye patch over. And with Handquake, well, you can pretty much kind of guess, along the lines of what his power is. Basically, he has like a super, almost incredible Hulk-like clap effect that just sends a shockwave, and it's pretty cool. I do think it's funny how Martha ribs him that his name is just pathetic, but so I mean, it's a very rich world that Justin has created here, and I think, to go back to what I said, it's very mainstream quality at a very indie price, and I think you would, be disservicing yourself to not check it out if you're a comic book fan. So I can't say enough good things about this. I'll be showing, of course, all through the video you'll have been seeing some select imagery from the issue, hopefully non-spoilery. And yeah, go over to TheRealManos' channel, check out his links, find out how to buy this book for yourself, and you'll be definitely not sorry for it. So that's going to be pretty much it for me, and I hope you're all doing well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.